Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Touch My Clock. Today we're going to be talking about Watches and Wonders 2026. So it just happened this week. We're going to look at a couple of pieces. This might be on one episode or two, and we're just going to see what we all think about it. Our opinion doesn't matter too much because we're not professionals, but please do enjoy.
Yeah, and maybe there'll be a year where we'll be there in person. If you want to see that happen, please comment below, and let's try and make it happen one year. It'll be really fun.
That would be really cool. If you would pay for our tickets. Okay, let's do a wristwatch check first.
Yeah.
Dad, what are you wearing?
Well, rather special watch today. Really pleased. It's been a long, almost 2-year wait. It is indeed the Nardin. I went for the porcelain model. I now have a few enamel ones. I think it'd be difficult to compare with my fabulous Awake. So I went with the porcelain Nardin, and the more I wear it, the more I fall in love with it. They're so beautiful, so simplistic, wonderful, handcrafted in Scotland, and superb, simple, understated dial.
Very nice.
I'm very happy with that.
Lovely. Max, what are you wearing?
I am wearing a Koi from Kyoto on a racing strap. I do need to find a better strap for it, but because it's nearing summertime, something that was okay for sweat resistance, and having little gaps in your leather band is better than not having leather gaps.
I am wearing a Felka World Timer 70s watch. Had this serviced as well. It's really nice. I just love the colorway. And nice thing is, if we have a look at the lume on the World Timer dial, it just you have different colors. So it's that light blue lume and then yellow lume from the normal. It's really nice.
Lovely. I would bet that none of our brands are actually at Watches and Wonders, which is a
They're
good
not.
transition for Elliot. What watches?
We don't have that money.
We're at Watches and Wonders.
Well, there is a lot, and you can go on the website to see them.
So thanks for tuning in to this fabulous episode.
Now, you've got a lot of independent. I mean, you've got Rolex, Tudor was there, Cartier is there, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Vacheron, Patek Philippe. I mean, there's a lot of the major brands, and you have a lot of smaller ones. But yeah, that's what the whole episode is about. So we're just going to talk about it.
No, I was looking at this one. Fabulous.
Okay, so this is the Pilot's Ventura vertical drive. So IWC is making a watch for Artemis crew. So this is going to be used in space. The watch is made so that it's handled when you can use very large gloves, which is what you're going to have in a suit as an astronaut.
Use a dial, don't you? All the things are done on the dial.
On the bezel, yes. So all of the changes, you've got a massive switch on the left-hand side of the watch, and that will change between the timekeeping mode and then the GMT. And just from the rotation of the bezel, you're able to change those.
Which is 24-hour. It goes up in space. You can get up to 16 sunrises. Okay. So a 12-hour doesn't really work up there.
Yes.
Genius!
Well, that's why you see, originally Scott Carpenter had a 24-hour Breitling. Same on the Artemis 2 crew. One was wearing someone with a 24-hour bezel, because that's basically what they use for timekeeping. It helps them out. But there you go. What do you guys think about this one?
I love this one. It's definitely going on the super wish list. 120-hour power reserve.
Okay.
Truly, very, very red. It was on the Haven't space station. So it's a fabulous little watch.
Why do you keep looking at your?
Because he's got.
I have to I have to say one or two things relatively intelligent throughout the whole piece. Otherwise, I lose my credibility. Not that I had much in the first place.
Yeah, it's 24,000 Swiss francs. There's not going to be too many models being sold, but I think it's a really cool piece. I mean, Watches and Wonders kind of is made for innovation. I mean, they've made a bunch of other watches that you can see on their website. We're not going to talk about every single one of them.
Yeah. So, technicians, what does vertical drive mean?
Does it sound on your notes?
No, it doesn't. So, I guess you'd have to look round here and see what vertical drive means.
It's probably the patented bezel system for changing the time. I'm assuming it's that. There's a vertical drive that connects the mechanism to the bezel, which I assume is what it is. But there you go. That's obviously vertical drive.
Clever and a gorgeous.
You don't want to know what
watch.
I think about it?
I asked you and you just stayed silent.
No, you guys were talking.
It's case back.
How cool is that?
It's quite cool.
How cool is that?
So you want to tell us?
Yeah, it's all right. No, it's one of those watches where it proves that I think IWC, although they're not personally my favourite brand, IWC are actually trying. There's a lot of watch brands that are a little bit complacent, especially in the world of horology, in the world of craftsmanship and jewellery. Of course, we just saw an example from Ulysse Nardin, but in terms of actually trying to push the boundaries every single time, IWC, I think, are getting a lot of respect from real watch collectors and people that really care about horology. This isn't my
Cup of tea.
I don't think I'd be wearing this anytime soon. It's big.
It's
not bold. Let's be honest, it looks a bit childish as a design. However, it's entirely functional for its use case.
Big, bold, and childish is absolutely my cup of tea. So bring it on.
I would still wear a Speedmaster over this, even if it's.
I mean, it's made to wear on a national suit. So I mean, it's not made for you to wear in a suit at the office. So next, that's a really cool one. We've got a Streamliner pump. So this was done. Why am I forgetting the brand? Reebok. Jesus Christ. So with Reebok, and because of the pair of shoes on the Reebok, normally on the front of the shoe there's a pump so you can pump air inside of it. So this was the same idea. So you've got a button on the side of it in orange that you can see very clearly here. And every single time you press that button, it gives you 1 hour of power reserve. So after that, once you've reached the limit, as you can see, you have the power reserve on the dial itself. After that, it just becomes a fidget toy, so you can just keep pressing it, kind of like you would do in the shoe. I think it's really interesting. I mean, there's not many brands that does collaborations with like a pair of shoes. So this is really out of the ordinary. I think no one expected this. And I think they look absolutely fantastic.
I love the carbon element. I think that's so cool. I think the other thing I really quite like is you've just got a distinctive, element there. You see that on all Ferro watches. They have bronze. So whatever the watch is, you always see at the end of bronze. And you can see that as red. So it's hugely recognisable. You see anyone with that, you know it's a pump. And you can go over and pump their watch for.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Max?
Yeah, brilliant piece of design. I would wear this over the IWC, especially summertime. It's almost completely underlooked, the fact that I don't understand if it's a module on top of a movement or if it's a new movement entirely. But the fact that there's a kinetic force that will power your watch is, I almost want to say, somewhat revolutionary. Not many brands have done a different way of winding your watch other than this. I'd much rather have a watch without a rotor and have a pumping system. I think that's a brilliant way of actually using your watch
and connecting. And let's face it, it's connecting with your watch. It's like a manual wind. I mean, you have to spend time so you're connecting with the watch itself.
It's not a very easy watch to produce, of course. Wow. And there's the case back, absolutely beautiful,
fabulous looking move. Which is a more complex than you would imagine. From looking at the front.
31,000 Swiss francs. Yeah. If you think you can afford it, and I think it looks fantastic. There is a bit more in a close-up. Really cool.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
What do we have next? Oh, our favourite. Wow. So this is the Bremont Supernova chronograph. This is another brand that's doing something for the space missions now.
This was the first, wasn't it?
Yes, this is a multi-layered case. You've got DLC coated in the center. The entire dial looms up with all those small dots that you can see, so it makes it very legible when you're flying. Has chronograph function as well, automatic, and there you go. What do you guys think of this one?
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But they're trying something. What's the price range for?
It's about £7,000, £7,200 on the bracelet. I think it's a bit cheaper. I think they have one in rubber as well. There you can see it with the case back.
For that level of innovation and build, it's probably really good value for money. I think it's a really nice watch.
I think they're going in a interesting direction. I don't mind it too much. I mean, it's not exactly my cup of tea for the dial, especially the chronograph hand. I'm not sure you can even see it.
Oh, I didn't even read that. That is a bad piece of design.
But I think it's a step in the right direction for Bremont, and they're just giving more innovation. So,
good stuff.
I take it back. It's a bad design.
Okay, well,
they're trying, but it's a bad design. It does give me.
I think you have to see that. I think you have to see that in live, and I think you have to see that in with the loom on as well. I'd love to see that at night. I think that could be fairly impressive.
It looks a bit like a Seiko Astron, actually.
That could be your new clubbing watch, Max.
Yeah.
Set the dance floor alight.
It's very impressive. The loom. It looks really good because it's all those small square dots that are.
I think this is the first time Bremont gets a thumbs up in a long time.
Thumbs up, Bremont. Next, this is the Mineral Peter Resonance First Edition 1259. It's $12.59 because it gets that amount of precision with its bells and gongs, because there are 2 bells and 2 gongs.
Wow.
That give a chiming, like a Westminster chime.
How's it go?
Like the guy on the BBC. Bing bong, bing bong, bong boom, bing bong. Yeah, I mean, this is another level of complexity now, especially dual resonance. So you have 2 bounce wheels that function at the same time, and that will basically resonance together to eliminate any errors, which is supposed to be a higher precision way of measuring time. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and having that kind of Westminster chime option is absolutely amazing.
That's beautiful. I've always found that the resonance architecture from Armin Strom is always a little bit phallic. I don't know if you've ever seen it in motion. But it basically...
Oh, yes. Right.
Okay. This pumps, this goes up and down. It's... I think we made a post once on our Instagram where it was like, honey, what are you doing online? And then it was a picture of the resonance moving up and down.
This is why I said our opinion doesn't matter too much, because this is what we think of the watches.
Isn't it good to have a vivid imagination?
But it's brilliant. Yeah. It's a good-looking watch.
390,000 Swiss francs. They're only making 25 pieces.
Bargain.
So... yeah, so you can buy a 1-bed flat in Putney, or not even, or this. So you might as well buy the watch.
A castle in south of France, or one studio maybe in Putney.
Yeah. Oh, we have the Super Freak. This is the Super Freak. So this is their 25th anniversary model. So it's 25 years of R&D. This is incredibly impressive. They're only making 50 pieces on this. There's 511 components, and only 13 of them are fixed. So the entire movement is rotating on the dial. It's incredibly impressive. You got a full rotation every minute, and the entire carousel rotates every hour. You've got dual tourbillons, which are both angled about 15 degrees offset, each of them. I mean, it's just... I was never a massive fan of the Freak usually, but this is a level of innovation that's just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you're around 400,000 for this piece, but I think I kind of get it.
You wouldn't want to wear that walking down Peckham High Street, but what an incredible watch.
I think no one would notice it if you're wearing down Peckham High Street. It would just look like some kind of like pimped out G-Shock. Actually, the more complicated you go, I think the less people think it's luxurious to a certain point. I would take this over the Resonance, actually, that we just saw from Armin Strom. The collaboration that the Freak had, there was a mix between, who was it again? It was Ulysse Nardin and Urwerk.
Can't remember.
They are not only going in the right direction, but I think they're making their designs more approachable, actually. Brilliant series. So what's happening around the, is that minutes? What's turning around that hand, do you know?
Which hand?
I can see 60, 15.
Yes, so the entire carousel turns.
Okay, what is...
That will give you so it'll give you, So you've got the entire carousel turns in
milliseconds,
and then you've got the other one for the minutes.
Okay, but so what's indicated on...
Well, that's for the hour. You've got a tiny rotating thing here. Yeah.
So
can't remember what that's for.
Okay, that's my question. But it looks brilliant.
1 second.
Yeah, there you go. It's all done without a crown. It's all action through the bezel. And here is a picture of it very slowly. So you can see it. Yeah, flying tourbillon.
They're still operating from their lighthouse.
There you go.
I hope so.
That's cool watch.
I do love the story of Ulysse Nardin. I love what it stands for. The whole marine element, but this is an amazing watch.
Next, we've got the Lange Tourbillon Perpetual Calendar. So they've done this last Watches and Wonders. They did it on the datograph and in full loom. So here you've got a sapphire dial, and all the elements are loomed from the back of it. I think it looks absolutely amazing. It's a slow shot of all of it. So I mean, it's great because I think it takes a lot of it. You'd think you just have to make a sapphire dial and loom it, but you've got every single element. For all the markers, all the discs are all loomed up. And I think it looks really, really good.
It's very easy to navigate yourself around the dial as well. Although it's quite a complex looking watch, it's quite easy visually to work out exactly what is going on at the moment.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit bored with Lange Söhne recently, I have to say.
Okay.
It's the Odysseus was the last watch they developed, but that was a little bit of a flop to me. I find them a little bit slow. I mean, I get making a smoky, transparent dial is very cool. So as a watch itself, it's cool. I just think the brand in itself, I'm getting slightly less excited by, especially when I consider how much Ulysse Nardin, for instance, has done in the last few years.
Yeah.
And à Lange Söhne, the data graph up down was always my grail. But I'm finding a little bit of complacency. I don't know what you guys feel.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, especially that if you look at the Super Freak, which is around 400,000, and that is 500,000.
Really?
So
I would take a Super Freak over that.
yeah,
Easily.
I don't disagree. Thoughts? Final thoughts?
Well, I think that Rolex should lose the name Hulk. I think this should be the new Hulk.
That's fair.
He seemed to be Green Boy. But I do love you. There's a lot of complicated. You do love. You can just sit there and go, look, it's Friday. That's the date. That's the. And I love the way you can just very, very simply navigate through a dial. It's got so much complexity, and I think that's really well put together.
What do we have next? We have Chopard's. This is the most complicated watch they have ever made.
Wow.
This is very similar to what we've seen before. So again, this has basically like a Westminster chime element in full skeleton. So you'd see really the entire movement from the front and not from the case back. I believe I've got a picture. This is just the movement itself. I mean, it's just a level of engineering just to another level.
I don't know why they're not able to excite people as much with their brand, because they make amazing watches and their open work stuff is brilliant, but I don't see them getting as much attention as I think they should. How much is that watch selling for?
780,000.
So you're just picking watches that are basically...
This is 18 karat white gold case.
Are they selling any watches at Watches and Wonders that are below
Probably.
5,000?
No. Not sure about.
All right.
But before I put some impressive watch.
It's impressive, though.
Skeletons for me, it's not just the watch itself. It's just a bit like your own personal view on ripped jeans. Either you like ripped jeans or you don't like ripped jeans. So you want it all shown or you don't want it all shown. It's a simple analogy. For me, it's, great to see at the back. I just think it's so complicated to see at the front. I've no idea. To working out what on earth is going on at 11 o'clock at night after a few drinks. I've no idea what the time would be.
Got Grand Seiko.
Grand Seiko.
Relatively affordable.
Yeah, we say affordable.
Relatively affordable. I think this is a good change for Grand Seiko. As much as you look at it and you think it's not very complicated, they've gone through a lot of changes with their dials. So most of them were incredibly chunky, as you know. They started at 47mm, 45mm, so they're very, very big. Now they finally achieved something at 40.8mm. So now you're finally a size that's actually wearable. Depth rating as well. They used to go 200 meters, which wasn't enough for a luxury piece. Then they went to 600, which was a bit extreme for what it is. So now you've got a average about 300 meters now. So I think it's something that's a bit more usable. They're using high-intensity titanium for the case, so it's like 30% lighter than steel. Spring-drive movement, so you've got incredibly high accuracy. You've got like plus or minus 20 seconds a year. It's like plus or minus 3 seconds a day.
But it's fucking ugly. It's like, come on, look at that. That's like the bezel of an Omega Seamaster. It's the bezel of an Omega Seamaster. It's got a little bit of Grand Seiko. The indices are so large it covers up most of the dial. I'm sorry, but it looks wrong to me.
It's just not your cup of tea.
I wouldn't go as far as ugly, but I would turn around and say that there's a huge amount of déjà vu on the entire dial until you get drawn in, until you can see the ripple on the dial itself.
It's got the Ushio of the Japanese seas.
Exactly. Which is what Grand Seiko were famous for. But if that's what they're so famous for, that's what they do so well. You want to show it off more, whereas I kind of agree with Max. It's kind of hidden somewhat. Yeah. To be able to really see that workmanship, you've got to really get close, which from afar looks like one of many hundreds of déjà vu.
One of my main problems is that 12,500.
I'm going to say it again, not my cup of tea.
Okay, so that's a no.